Hey, welcome to Zach's Tech Turf. Man, it feels good to be back in this studio. Today on weekly download number 78, I'm going to be playing some Destiny 2 when I give you this news. I got my cup of coffee right here. Make sure you guys let me know in the comment section what you're sipping on. Let's get into it. To start off the tech news this week, let's quickly address this yet another crazy graphics card price hike and then we'll move on. I'm sure you've seen by now that the prices of GPUs absolutely skyrocketed as of a couple weeks ago, once again due to the crypto mining boom. Prices were just starting to normalize after a few months, but now they've quickly shot back up and the prices are ridiculous. I actually just snagged a GTX 1080 Ti for about $700 the day before it shot up to over $1,300, and the cheapest GTX 1060 that you can find right now is over $400. That's insane. Nvidia released a pretty weak statement to retailers by recommending that they put a 2-card limit on people's orders. That way more gamers can get their hands on the cards and not crypto miners buying in bulk, but that's a pretty lousy attempt in my opinion. I actually released a video in 2017 about the best GPU that you can buy during the crypto mining crisis, and that actually still holds true, so check that out if you're interested. Dipping into last week's news because I didn't make a weekly download episode, NZXT introduced their own motherboard, which has finally caused some stir and attention into the motherboard market. Look how unique this thing looks. Everything except the CPU, PCIe slots, and a few other things is covered with matte colored material, and it will definitely make custom builds look super clean, which, as you guys know, clean is definitely my style. I have a feeling that this NZ Z730 will be a bit too expensive for most consumers out there, but I'm happy to see a unique approach to the motherboard design, so hopefully that means we'll see even better competition in the market here soon. Another piece of somewhat old news at this point is, did you guys see Nintendo Labo? Oh my goodness. So Nintendo created a bunch of these cardboard cutouts to use with your Nintendo Switch. From that picture there, you can see that you can build different types of quote controllers for your Switch, such as motorcycle handles. There are already some crazy cutouts out there, such as a fishing rod, piano keyboard, a camera, some type of house. I don't know. Either way, I actually think this is a pretty good idea, as this will allow Nintendo to see which designs sell the best, and then they can make an actual controller for it in the future. Samsung just updated their SATA SSD line with the new 860 Pro and 860 EVO SSDs. Just like normal, the Pro model is going to be a bit faster than the EVO, and they are both packing a 5-year warranty. I've actually been using both an 840 in my build and an 850 in my wife's build for years now, and they are super reliable and pretty fast SATA SSD drives. And to wrap up the tech news for the week with our What New Device Got RGB This Week series, that's a working title by the way, and hopefully not serious. Asus launched a 7.1 surround headset that includes a feature called synchronized RGB lighting. This Asus ROG Strix Fusion 500 not only has RGB like most of the new baller gaming headsets these days, but it can also synchronize the lights with your teammates. Think about when you're watching an esport competition. Do you do that, by the way? More on that later. Anyway, yeah, when you're watching an esport event and you see that line of 4 to 6 teammates, and now all their RGB headsets can sync up and do some pretty cool designs. Cool or nah? To start off the PC gaming news for the week, there really isn't that much that happened this week, so we'll start with some sales and deals. We just found out that the next massive Steam sale will be for the Lunar New Year on February 15th. It'll only last until the 19th, however, but this is by far the most excited I've personally been for a Steam sale in a while. As you guys know, if you watched my video on Monday, I just got an Oculus Rift VR headset, so I obviously need to buy a ton of games for it. I can't wait for this sale to kick off. I buy a bunch of games, most of which I'll play for under an hour, and then feel awful about my decisions. But on a serious note, which VR games do you guys recommend me try? I've tried pretty much all the free ones at this point, and the only two that I've bought so far are Project Cars 2 and 11 Table Tennis, which I'm legit addicted to. Next up, I wanted to quickly mention to you guys that the Humble Monthly is a pretty solid deal this month. For 12 bucks a month, which you can legit cancel at any time, and I've done this like 3 or 4 times already, you can get Steam codes for pretty decent games every single month, and this month's bundle is featuring Civilization 6, which is still a pretty expensive game. I do want you to use my link down in the description if you want to pick this up, but I'm honestly just mentioning this here because of how good this game is for just 12 bucks. That's a pretty solid deal. Moving on to some actual news, I wanted to touch up on the new Overwatch League, which is actually looking like it's on a great start. I follow absolutely zero esports right now, but this new league certainly makes me interested. The Overwatch League is featuring 12 teams around the world, and the cool thing is that they are locally based, just like physical sports are. So in my opinion, it's actually really cool that you can follow a local team instead of one that's just sponsored by a company that you like or something. Blizzard is doing such a good job with keeping this user-friendly because wherever you go on the Overwatch League site, it's set up pretty much like ESPN, where you can easily see the schedule, the standings, rosters, replay highlights, news, and everything you need all in one place. Are any of you guys actually following this though? All of the podcasts that I listen to have mentioned this at some point, and with over 10 million viewers in the first week, this actually sounds like a big deal. I guess I'll officially become a fan of the Philadelphia Fusion. They're less than an hour away. And to wrap up the news for the week, Assassin's Creed Origins just released their first DLC called The Hidden Ones. It takes place 4 years after the main story of the game, and it's a showdown between the Brotherhood of Assassins and the Romans. It also brings a few new legendary weapons, outfits, mounts, and increases the level cap to 45. You will have access to it if you bought the season pass, or you can purchase it by itself for only $10. Well, that wraps up weekly download episode number 78. I'm sorry that I'm actually killing Destiny 2 on this channel. I promise next week I'm gonna play something a little bit different than that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please drop a like down below to help support my channel, and as always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more Zach's Tech Turf videos.